sex waiting. That'll be the new thing.
Going in high school and most likely to succeed. He was voted most likely to make a psychiatrist rich. This comes from the advice, you know, because we want to help you folks. We're not here just to entertain you. We want to help you and enrich your life. This comes from the advice category. If you can't be nice when you leave home, stay there. When the time is up, we'll come and get you. We know where you are. The United States government knows where you are. We called the home. You're going in a week. We need a week. Okay, you know, little dogs. What's the deal with little dogs? I don't even know their names. I can't say the names. Cockapoos, Cocker Spaniels, Cockalocks, little dogs, Locka-chocka-locka-log, little dog, lip lock, little dog, small butt, dog. All I know is these little dogs, poodles, what is it with them? They're so high-strung. You know what I mean? And when you get around them, you got to say to yourself, okay, let's hope this little doggy just restrains himself. Oh, I'm going to boot him out the window. He's going to end up in the neighbor's backyard if he doesn't. No, I'd never kick a dog, and I don't think you should kick a dog. But these little dogs, man, they get a hold of you, you know, and you come in the house, and you get this macho attitude. Oh, yeah, just a little dog. I got cats bigger than this little dog. And sure enough, they start at you, don't they? You know what I mean? Back, back, back. You breeze it off. Then it's a few minutes later, back, 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 back. Then a couple of minutes later, they're into full-fledged, back, 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 get it away from me, get it away from me, get it away from me. And you leave the house reduced to rubble from a little dog. And they do it all the time. The other thing that'll, okay, so you don't think that's funny? The other thing that'll reduce you to fright is flying bugs. Bugs that fly. Bugs that fly at night are the worst kind of flying bugs. You know what I mean, those June bugs? I call them flying tea bags. You ever see them at night? There's like this little sack flying across the... And, you know, I don't know what it is with them, but they try to get in your hair, and they... And sure enough, me and my buddies were out in you know, the barroom scene, you know, the lonely barroom scene. We were out years ago, and you know what that means, you know. We almost got into a fight. We almost got into an accident. We almost got arrested. You know, we come home afterwards, after our barroom scene, and I'm feeling manly. Yeah, if that guy had said one more word, I would have clocked him, and oh yeah, my buddies, oh yeah, that girl, honey, she was really after me, ha ha ha. I go over to the window, true story, and open up this window, and all of a sudden this bug flies in, starts getting in my hair, and I'm flacking around, get it. And it flies out the window. And I look, and my two buddies are standing there laughing their butts off at me. And I'm trying to regain my composure. You know, the back of the man, they look, what was that, a torpedo that came in there? Huh? Call the Air Force. Must have seen that on radar. Yeah. In fact, folks, we're all UFO abductees here. We gathered in one town, in one station, to ask one question. Why'd they bring us back? Man, the experiment's over. Please. Oh, yeah. There's you know, I came home, and the dishes were, you know, the dishes weren't done. You ever had this experience? And the dishes aren't done, and we've got a whole pile of dishes sitting there, and my gal wants me to clean the dishes before we can eat. And I'm standing there, and I look in the hutch, and I said, honey, there's a whole set of dishes right over there. Why don't we use those dishes right over there, right there? Well, she says to me, oh, no, we can't use those dishes. They're for special people. I thought to myself, I bought them. Who's more special than me? Oh, yeah. Things not to call your girlfriend. Doorknob. Don't call her a doorknob. Hairy overcoat has never worked for me. Never call your girlfriend a hairy overcoat. Turnip head is not popular. Won't get you far if you call a girl turnip head. And the final thing is, you should never call your girlfriend as dustpan butt. Oh yeah, me and my girl, we were fighting, and you know, she says to me, "Honesty, you're never honest with me. All I want you to do is to be honest. Honesty, just be honest." And I thought to myself, honesty, to think it's come to this. And I said to her, "Okay, honey, honestly, the mud pies aren't working. Honestly, I don't consider squirts of perfume everywhere you have hair a shower. Honestly, trim those nose hairs. Honestly, I don't love your love handles." And finally I said to her, "Honestly, I think your mother's the missing link." Oh, God. I don't know why. Hey, why aren't you laughing? We laughed when you came in. Okay, finally, I'd just like to thank the TV crew for getting all dressed up for tonight's TV show. Oh, you should see them. They all came in. Their nails are done. They got new hairdos, earrings, makeup. And the girls aren't bad either. I didn't want to use that joke. That's one I didn't want to use. Again, this is a local talent show. My name is Mac. If you'd like to come and be part of this, if you'd like to come and help us, we need some help. If you'd like to come over here and see if you can be on TV, we'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. My phone number is 548-9488. I'd like to thank Hub Music. Again, I'm going to thank these people because these people are coming forward. You come forward, and I'll thank you. When they're coming forward, I thank them. Hub Music is 457-4808. 457-4808. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mike. I'd like to thank Jeffrey over there at DJ's Pizza in Southwestern at 540-5858. 540-5858. Again, there's a community television program. Everything that we're doing is here for you. We hope you're enjoying yourself, and God love each and every one of you. From this point forward, the next person we're going to have on is radio personality from WMVY, Barbara Dacey. I mean, this if you've ever wondered what this gal looks like or what have you, she's here. She's a doll. She's been so kind to come over on the boat, and we just got her from the boat. And so Barbara Dacey from WMVY is here. And so thank you for watching. We hope you're enjoying yourself. God bless you. Welcome back. My name is Mac, host of the Talent Show. With me tonight is our good fortune from WMVY, Barbara Dacey.
Hi, Mac.
Hey, hi, Barbara. How are you tonight?
I'm great.
I spoke with Barbara over this past week, and she's agreed to come on and be on TV with us. And thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
Now, is it difficult for you to get over here?
Just step on the boat in Vineyard Haven, and 45 minutes later, you're in America.
I know. You know, I lived, okay, first of all, I just want to say, now your radio personality, what time slot do you hold down for WMVY?
I work at WMVY from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday mornings I'm on from 6 in the morning until 10. I'm also music director, so
wow.
I listen and decide about the music that comes in fast and furiously every week, every day.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know we've just been through a change here over here in Falmouth at this TV station, and I was saying to you that we were on, you know, you were, I woke up to you guys, you know what I mean? I woke up to you, and did you know that? Were you on TV around here?
Yeah, I knew that we were running on the cable, yes.
And we're going to do our best to get that back happening again. We've had people come to us. Okay, where did you get your, was your interest in music, or was it in radio first? Where's your...
I started playing music seriously when I got out of college. which is in 1974, and started studying voice and guitar, and started playing in clubs in Boston. I lived in Cambridge, and played in clubs. Also worked for modern dance companies, for schools and colleges and companies. On a daily basis, I would play for their dance classes, hour and a half dance classes, and then I would also write music for modern dance. So that's how I got started. So the music was the thing that drew me into radio.
And like, to get involved in radio, you just, one day you said, hey, I like what's coming, you know, out of the radio, or somebody coached you and said, you've got, because you've got a great voice. I don't, you folks, do you agree with me out there? And I say that. I never met the woman before, and my buddy Dan, who was so kind to get me down there, because I never picked up anybody from the boat before, and I never did.
Mac didn't know where Woods Hole was.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, I didn't. And you know, when I called you and I asked you, will you come and be on my show, because we've had the good fortune to have Dave Eisman from WCIB on us, and you said, be sure, meet me at the boat. And I'm thinking to myself, what boat? Where are you? Wow.
7 miles off the coast of Massachusetts.
And does it ever get claustrophobic for you out there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, there's real cabin fever
Oh man.
going around. It's the same everywhere on the Cape.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people who only live, people who have 7, you know what I mean? People don't drive out of this town lots of times, so, you know what I mean? They're trapped in an island, and they have roads to go, and they don't go out. I mean, you know, a lot of people very rarely leave their facilities. The only reason I say that is I was, my good friend of mine was in Oahu, and I had a good time, a good fortune to have a good time for a month out there, and wow, I got that claustrophobic feeling, even on an island that big. So I was, now does it run rampant? Do you all?
No, you know, I think the way that I deal with it is I get off island often, and also working in radio, it gives you a wider sense of the community, so that helps too.
Now, and your projection, how do you have such a smooth sound? You know, I'm really, and I mean that. Where did that come from?
I think from singing, from all the voice work that I did over the years. You learn to use your voice, obviously, as a singer, and the same techniques apply in terms of speaking.
Now, and MVY is a how many watt facility?
3,000 watts.
3,000 watt, and because I'm, where do you go?
Where do we go?
What?
Everywhere, Mac. Well, almost everywhere.
Everywhere you want to go, she's been there.
We have lots of listeners in Falmouth.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Lots of listeners in Hyannis, New Bedford, Fairhaven, obviously Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. So it presents a unique opportunity to be listened to in so many different geographical areas. I mean, we're all the Cape and Islands, but Nantucket's very different from Martha's Vineyard, and Martha's Vineyard's very different from Falmouth, and Falmouth's very different from New Bedford. So it's a real challenge, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, I know. Now, is there a rivalry between, I mean, is there a little, between Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard?
Oh, yeah, there always is.
I mean,
it's like being in high school, you know, it's the rivalry between the, you know, towns when you're in high school.
Oh, God, I mean, you know, all I know is, what's it, Nantucket? Is their football team? Which one is it? It's a superior. I grew up in Plymouth Carver.
Vineyard.
Was it Martha's Vineyard? Oh,
both Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket have a very good football
But one of them goes to the Super Bowl all the time.
Martha's Vineyard?
Martha's Vineyard goes to the Super Bowl. I know this because I grew up in Plymouth Carver, and we went to the Super Bowl while I was going through there, and it seems to me those guys have always gone to the Super Bowl. And, of course, they're a small division, but, I mean, to get to the Super Bowl, you're still going to win.
Yeah. In fact, many of the teams on Martha's Vineyard are very, very good. They do very well.
Wow. Now, and what do you see, what do you, MVY, WMVY?
Say that again.
I know, I said it. No, WMVY. It must be hard before your coffee in the morning to say that. Now, what do you, like, what type of a music station, what do you consider yourself?
Basically what we call ourselves is an adult album format. Really an old-fashioned album rock station. We play lots of different kinds of music. We play rock and roll and folk rock and blues, reggae, jazz. It's really whatever is good is what we put on the air.
James
And we
Taylor?
have the good fortune, as you would say, to be able to do that. James Taylor, people love James Taylor, and we love to play him as well.
And you've had the good fortune to meet him?
Yes, I have.
Wow. James doesn't know that, but I've met him, and I've met him in Malibu, California. Someday him and I will talk about that. And now, John Lennon. I just want to go to this for a couple minutes because you're obviously a diverse musical person. You know, what impact has? Do you mind if I talk about this?
Whatever you'd like.
Great. And this is I have a good friend of mine. His name was John Brower. Now, John Brower was responsible for bringing John Lennon and Yoko Ono to Toronto, Canada back in '69 for the Peace Festival. And, you know, John Lennon wrote that song, Instant Karma, for my buddy John Brower. Now, what impact do you see? What impact has John Lennon's music had on music, in your estimation?
Tremendous impact. I don't think that you can separate John Lennon from the Beatles in terms of talking about his total impact, because even, you know, McCartney and Lennon, it was always the songs were always written by McCartney and Lennon. They never said words by John Lennon, music by Paul McCartney. And sometimes I think maybe that's what happened. I don't know. That Paul McCartney's strength was in the music and John Lennon's strength was in the lyrics. They both were strong in both those things as well, but I think that so putting them together, I think you have to think of the Beatles as a group, as an influence. Also, it had so much to do with the time and what was happening in the world.
We had just lost our president, you know, not talked about very much, but it was really obvious that the country was going through a major depression at the time. And, you know, regardless of what
bright, fresh faces.
Right, and regardless of what people think in this part of the country, that the music industry is a controlled industry, and it's controlled by certain people in our government and stuff. If you like it or not, it's the truth. And you know, and you know, see, because Paul McCartney was writing "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and John Lennon was writing, you know, "Better hide your head, little girl, if I catch you with another man."
Yeah, he was definitely the hip.
He had that.
He was the hip guy in the group.
You know what I mean? I mean, can you imagine writing a song like that in the '60s? Showing, you know what I mean? Basically, he was talking about abuse. He was going to abuse a woman if he was jealous. That's
no, I don't know. I'd have to look at the lyrics again. I don't know what that song is about.
Yeah, but that was the striking difference between the two artists in my mind, was the fact that one was singing about love, and John Lennon seemed to get into this whole area that, hey, that isn't what it's all about. You know, I'm going to talk about real life situations, and so anyway,
Well, John Lennon was a true artist as well. I mean, he's a visual artist. He was a visual artist. He just had that sort of spirituality about him, I think, that was the depth of the Beatles and the depth of his work. And in that way, he was one of the most major influences, I think, on contemporary music.
Oh, and like, well, the next time you play that song, Instant Karma, just think that song was written for John Brower. And
now, is that really true?
Oh yeah. Well, John, I spent years with John out in Malibu, California, and yeah, because John Brower had a production company named Instant Karma, and John Lennon called up John Brower one day, and now the reason Lennon wrote that song for Brower was because Brower, I don't, but the fact of the matter is John Lennon was not happy with some of the work at the Peace Festival, so, and then there was a continued problem. But they became friends. You know how every relationship has problems in it. You know what I mean? There's no, but so John Lennon wrote this song, and he called up my buddy John Brower and said, "Hey, I got a song I want to see." And John Brower said he heard it over the radio, and he said, "Wow." And of course, then it was released, and it was a major hit. And John Brower, you know, he was also involved with Larry Weinstock, brought him to California jams, and oh, I mean. California is a mega for a lot of people that have been in the industry for so long. That's why I love people like you, man. Just because
I've been to California just a few times.
Well, no,
because I've been in the industry.
Yeah, your music and you're quiet. You've got a nice quietness about yourself.
Well, I think that after years of being in the business, you sort of have a different view. I certainly have a different view of it now than I did when I was much younger. And it's a combination of some of your dreams getting shattered a little bit. I have more of a realistic view about the music business now. It's a tough business.
Well,
We get so much music that comes into the radio station that it's beyond belief. It's hard to even deal with the actual physical CDs. They're always falling off the table, and you know, people are calling you on the phone, and did you get our record? Can you play it? And right now, I think we have more current music out and coming to our station than we have at any time, and it's all good.
Wow.
And that's the hard part, because there are so many talented people.
Right. So where does the decisions come from? I mean, are you involved, ASCAP's involved with watching who's playing what, but I mean, I know you, like, is there a program, you know, is something selling that does that decide to go on? Is the #1 hit go on? Does
Well, actually, the kind of station that we have, we're very aggressive in terms of our playing music when it comes out and playing what we want to play.
Mhm.
And we, so that the music comes into us, we listen to it. Of course, certain groups have name recognition.
Sure they do.
Got a new Bruce Hornsby today. You look at a Bruce Hornsby a little bit differently than you look at Belly. That's a new group.
Belly?
Yeah, that's doing very well.
Yeah.
But the difference comes in promotion many times. When you have so much product that comes in, the job of the record company is to make you aware of that product. So they release singles. That's a way to isolate one of the songs, to have it more, not as overwhelming, a whole record. They give you one song, you know, you can put that one on. And also we look at trade magazines. We see what's happening in the industry overall, what's happening in music overall, what other stations are playing certain things, how are things selling. And we actually influence, as you would imagine, the sales quite a bit.
It's impossible. I have a good friend of mine, Lee Lochte, who's in the band Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get a bullet, wherever there's such a the difference financially where you get a bullet, if it's before 40 and after 40, is such,
Right.
so incredible. So incredible. And I only know this because I've had the good fortune to be around some of these folks who, you know, and the amount of, you know, and they're nicest people, too. Have you ever heard of David Foster? Do you know David Foster?
Yeah, I know who he is.
You know, I trained. You know, you see that I take good care of myself, and out in the Malibu area, I trained in Malibu Fitness, and I always watched David. I didn't know who he was or what he did. You know, I'm pretty focused on the gym. And one day his trainer wasn't there, a guy named Kevin, who's a good friend of mine. And I just said to him, I said to him, hey, you want some help, you know what I mean? Because I've spent some time there, and I helped him. And the one thing I admired about David is, despite what he does in the music world, he's a tough individual man. What I look for in somebody is, do they do that extra rep? And David Foster did the extra rep. He did the extra set. He went the extra mile.
Really?
And then he said to me, hey, why don't you come on over my house? And I walked into his studio and I saw his accomplishments, and I said, my God, what do you do? You know, so
you know, not only is there a lot of music that comes through, you know, from national companies and national acts, but there's a lot of great local music right now, as you're finding out. You know, people coming on. We do a local music show on WMVY the first Thursday of every month, and I host the show, and we play people from the Cape and Islands, and also up-and-coming acts in Boston.
Wow.
I like to give exposure to people like that maybe are unsigned, or they produced and put out the CD themselves. But we've had a lot of people submit work. In fact, a group called Dreamwork, I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're from Falmouth.
Wow.
And they've done something a very good piece of music that we played last month, and Les Sampool, who is a local musician who lives in Osterville, has produced a great new CD. So
Wow.
it's a great opportunity we feel it's very important to represent the music of the local community. We have lots of great musicians on Martha's Vineyard, Johnny Hoy and the Bluefish, and Maynard Silva.
No. I just want to. What was that artist again? His name?
Johnny Hoy and the Bluefish.
Johnny Hoy and the Bluefish. Now,
You like that name? Huh?
well, I think it's for some reason they've been around there for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's coming to my mind. It just keeps going. They've been around there forever, right?
Well, I don't know forever, but certainly for the last few years they've been playing nonstop and play on the Vineyard and also on the Cape.
And they're a good bunch of folks.
Oh, great blues band.
Oh, I love blues.
Yeah.
I love blues. Geez, I'm so happy to have you here. I know we're running out of town, and I know you have a boat to catch. Our good fortune is to have her tonight. Our misfortune is she has to go back, and I'm not going to be able to talk with her as much as I would have liked to. Have you enjoyed coming over here and being part of this?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see what you're doing with community access.
You think so?
I do.
Well,
I do. Keep up the good work.
oh my God, thank you. Well, again, I've had some experience with music and stuff like that, but I'd never been in front of the camera, and I'm just having people stop me all over the place, and it's because of folks like you. It's because of you. Because of you, somebody else next week will come up to me and say, hey, I saw Barbara Daisy. And she's a nice woman, folks. Really blessed to have a talented woman on WMVY like Barbara Daisy. And again, just so the folks can see you, and what are the times that you're on MVY again?
I'm on MVY from 10 until 2 in the morning on Monday through Friday, and on Saturday from 6 till 10.
And if somebody over here saw you and wanted to get a piece of music on your local show, how would they get in touch with you?
They could call at 693-5000, or they could send their tape to WMVY Post Office Box 1148, Vineyard Haven, Mass. 02568, and put it to my attention, and we'll listen to it and see what we can do.
Wow. Well, I mean, and look at all this. I had all these things wrote in. I knew I wouldn't get to. I asked about James Taylor and stuff because, I'm looking forward to meet him again. And but I just wanted. We didn't get to it. I knew we wouldn't. I just had the feeling that it's been a warm interview, and it's certainly been a pleasant experience in my life. And I just want to thank Barbara Daisy again. And folks, we hope you've enjoyed this interview. Continue to watch us. This is The Talent Show. My name is Mac. God bless all of you. Thank you. Okay, we're done.
This song smokes. Ready? It's me, You ain't got the car, you get a bus. You ask for Wednesday,
welcome back to the talent show. My name is Mac, host of this talent show. If you'd like to be on our talent show, you can always reach me at 548-9488, 548-9488. I'd like to thank Hub Music, who's assisted and has assisted in all of my shows. Dave and Mike over there. You can always get in touch with Hub Music and ask Dave or Mike. 457-4808, 457-4808. I'd like to thank DJ's Pizza and Southwestern Pizza for their great pizza tonight. The crew's munching it up, Jeffrey. And you can reach them at 540-5858. Give them a call now. Give DJ's Pizza and Southwestern a call and say, hey, Mac said to call. And you call them at 540-5858, 540-5858. Thanks, Jeff. I'm truly grateful for your outstanding help here. I'm truly grateful for Dave. I'm really grateful for Joe at Tempo Music. You can always reach Tempo Music at, they're in the phone book. I'd like to thank Bob, who's behind the camera. I'd like to thank Chris Holden, who's upstairs directing behind the camera. I'd like to thank Beth Salmon. I can't say her name, but I'm trying. God love you all. I'd like to thank Barbara Dacey for coming over, making the journey from a boat to come here tonight. Thank you, Barbara. I love you, and I'm truly grateful. What a neat interview that was. If you're getting the feeling that there's a special show going on, folks, you're right. If you're getting the feeling that there's something special happening in here, you're right. If you're getting the feeling that you're going to come on here and pay some money, you're wrong. Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you write? This here show is going to be seen in Malibu, California. The rest of my shows, God willing, are going to be seen in Malibu, California. If you're talented, if you want to be seen by the best, you want to contact me at 548-9488. If you have a lingerie show, we don't care. We'll put you on. Matter of fact, you ought to call me if you own a lingerie company, because I could be of assistance to you folks. And if you write poetry, we want to see you. We're diverse, diversity. We're so far. We've put on what we consider as 3 great shows, and there's going to be more coming. Bob Rice has been so kind to stay here late with us, and Mr. Hendricks has been so kind, and Mr. Campbell has been so kind. All you folks have been kind. You know, you people who live here in Falmouth, Massachusetts, are blessed to live in this town. Come and be involved with the community program. Come and be involved with the TV access over here. You can come down on Tuesday nights. We tape on Tuesday nights. You can come down and be a part of it. I'm looking for a house band. If you're a guitar player, if you're a drummer, if you're a bassist, I have like 60 songs. I've recorded with some neat guys. Again, I have access to the best and the most talented men and women in the country, period. Period. If you want to come and play some of my songs, I need a house band. So call me at 548-9488, 548-9488. I want to thank God, because of myself I am nothing. My Father does it the work. And that's how I live, and that's how I believe. I'd like to thank all the people watching, the people, we hope we're entertaining you. I'd like to thank, say I love you to Tracy Lynn. I'd like to say thank you to all the people who've been here tonight. People that you haven't seen have been here. I'd like to thank Dan for helping me get down there. I'd like to thank John and for getting Bobby Dacey back to the boat. You want to be a part of this, we want you to be a part of this. You can call me at 548-9488. I've had people stop me, call me, want to be a part of my show. I want you to be a part of this show. We want you to be a part of this show. We are a community access show, and we are a part of Falmouth. We're a vital part of Falmouth, and we're really happy to be doing this for you folks. And again, if you think that these guys are all here, Chris and Scott Erickson when he's been here, and all these people, and Bob, you're right. What do you think they're doing this for? Not because they like me. They don't like me. They know that as a result of their work, they're going to all own beach houses in Malibu. That's why. They know there's a payoff with this, and they're going to own beach houses. You want to own a beach house in Malibu? You ought to come down here and contact me, because this will be one and only time that God enters your life in this method and says, hey, you want to be in the big time? There's a guy that can get you there. You want to have your son and daughter coming down and play the flute and be on TV? This guy can get you there. If you think I'm up, you're right. If you think I'm positive, you're right. If you think I live a spiritual life at this point of this show, you're right. because there is no other way for me to live. I find some methods of life unacceptable. My method of life I find acceptable. Again, my name is Mac. I've said it enough. 548-9488. I love you all. God bless you all. I pray that we've brought some joy into your life. You've certainly brought joy into my life. Call me up and tell me you love the show. Call me up at 548-9488 and tell me you love the show. Call me up and just tell me what you think of the show. When you see me on the street, say, hey, I saw your show. Hey, I saw your show. You're doing it, and I'm grateful. We're having a great response. And I couldn't be happier with the response in such a short period of time. It's scary. It really is to know there were people in TV boardrooms that having talks about my show already. You know, I've had 2 shows, and already TV stations are talking about me. And why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they talk about you? Come on down, and they'll talk about you, too. I love every single one of you. God bless you. Peace be with you. And like our friend Jesse Jackson always says, keep hope alive. Thank you. I want to just say I've had incredible, results as a result of this show. Just before taping, a good friend of mine, Bob Klein, who played pro ball for 12 years for the Rams, called me up. Now, Bob, has had a lot of experience. He was, of course, a pro athlete and all. He's going to step forward and possibly do something with our show. I've had, my good friend David Foster out in Malibu, California, said, Mac, maybe you found your niche. He said, Mac, maybe you found your niche. And you know something, folks? I think David Foster's right. And so what we're saying to you is we'd love to give you an opportunity to come down here. We'd love to give you an opportunity to come and perform on our shows. We ask for nothing, and we pay nothing. So it goes both ways. We don't ask for nothing, but we're going to pay you nothing anyway. But who knows? Maybe you get the mug that they want to see in the Cape out in Malibu. Maybe, and if nothing else, at least your family gets to see you on TV. And God knows your family should see you on TV. Okay, so where would you call? How would you get in touch with me? Since we are being seen in Malibu now, the area code is 508-548-9488. My phone number is area code 508-548-9488. And one more time, if you want to get in touch with Mac, the host of the talent show, the most awesomest show in the country of the United States of America, where I take Jay Leno's job, where Jay Leno can't stop me from taking his job because I take his job, period, Jay Leno, period. You know, and David, you know, Letterman and Arsenio Hall, all of you will be chasing me soon. Again, if you want to get in touch with me, area code 508-548-9488. My name is Mac, host of the talent show. We'd love to have you. If you're good, come down. We'll find out. If you think you're great, remember, good is the enemy of the best. Good is the enemy of the best. Good is the enemy of the best. God bless all of you. Thank you. Hey, we're back. My name is Mac, host of the talent show. I was riding a bus not too long ago, and you know how when you ride a bus, you know, you just can't, you can't select who sits beside you. So, I get on this bus and I sit on down, and I make the mistake, this person tells me a joke beside me. I make the mistake of laughing at him. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So next thing you know, he tells me another joke. And isn't so funny. And then another joke. Isn't so funny. Now it's real obvious that I really don't want nothing to do with it, so I start looking around and looking away from him. And sure enough, he continues on, talking and talking and talking. And I turn around, and then he starts pouring at me and pouring at me. I had it. I, boom, knocked him right off his mother's lap. When I was a kid, I was quite an athlete when I was a kid. My softball team played the state champs, and I'd hit a double. So I went out, get out to second base, and sure enough, it starts. Hey, chicken legs! Hey, chicken legs! Here I am out on second base. Hey, chicken legs! Hey, chicken legs! That was it. My teammate came up the bat, hit a ball out in center field. I rounded third base, put my shoulder down, and boom! Took right out, Mr. Smith. Oh. The United States government says that they don't want women in combat. Who on earth do they think have been raising the children? Golly geez. If child raising isn't combat, what is it? Me and my gal, we broke up. That was it. I had enough of it. I said, that's it, honey. We're going to split the sides of this house. I was right. She got the inside, I got the outside. What's so funny over there? My girl, she says to me, you're a moron. You're a moron. I said to her, I'd rather be moron than more off. I'm just a teenage chicken plucker. That's all I am. I'm a teenage chicken plucker. There's no joke, I say. You may take 20 years to get that joke, but you'll get it. This lady takes her dog, takes the doggy, takes the dog to a pet show, and then she goes up to the man who takes the dog where they hand out numbers. You get numbers in this dog show. And next thing you know, the guy looks down at her with her dog and says, lady, that's the ugliest dog I've ever seen. Lady takes her number and goes back to the corner, and this guy comes walking over to her and says, now she's all, and the guy says to her, what's wrong, man? He says, that guy over there just said I got the ugliest dog he's ever seen. Oh, Jesus. And the guy says, he said that to you? Yeah, he said that to me. He said, you see that other man over there? She says, yeah. Well, that man's in charge of all the show. You go right on over there and tell that man and complain. And I'll watch you go. New and improved. New and improved. Everything is new and improved. What were we using before? Old and lousy? Oh, yeah. My girl, she started on this new diet. Banana and coconut diet. She hasn't lost any weight, but boy, can she climb a tree. Betty Crocker? Betty Crocker was a battered wife. Elizabeth Taylor and my girl have a lot in common. Elizabeth looks like a queen. My wife looks like a tailor. Two words that belong in the opposite place. Two words that belong in the... Hey, man, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Two words that belong in the opposite place. Hemorrhoids and asteroids. Oh, why ain't you laughing? May a seagull find your automobile in the convertible condition or position. Condition of the position. Anyway, when I was a kid, I know it's hard to believe, but I was one. I was caught peeing in the pool, you know, and oh yeah, I was caught peeing in the pool. The lifeguard, I come out of the pool, and the lifeguard says to me, "Hey, you!" I said, "Yeah." He says, "No peeing in the pool." I said to him, "Everybody pees in the pool." He says, "Not from the diving board, they don't." Oh, I love that joke, man. Hey, why ain't you laughing? We laughed when you came in. May a ready-to-go dog find your leg. May he find both your legs. In your case, may he find all four. Anyway, my name is Mac, if you haven't figured that out by now. Where have you been all these years? Anyway, I'm host of the talent show. This, you know, boring. I'm host of the darn thing. They're not going to get rid of me. I don't care what they do. And God knows they've tried. Take a better man than I found so far. Anyway, tonight we have on this talent show Jim DeThomas and his gallivanting karaoke crew. We have Jim DeThomas, we have George, we have Tony, we have Tori, pretty girl Tori. Who else do we have? Oh yeah, and tonight, if we're going to talk about this later, but Jim's karaoke crew can be seen at Brax Landon, Route 28 in Harwich. You know what I mean? Fridays and Saturday nights forever. He's just going to be there forever. And then, of course, you can go to Oliver's, Route 6A, but don't go to both of them at the same night. You know, it might be too much for you folks. You know, and Yarmouth, Sunday nights, and he's going to be in the Cape Cod Irish Pub. He's not going to be in it. He's going to be on it and around it. And in June, Tuesday nights. God. Planning ahead, aren't we? I'm just reading this. Anyway, and I'm going to talk about where you can reach him, which is 790-4618. I'd like to thank DJ's Pizza for providing pizza tonight. You can always reach them at 540-5858, 540-5858. I'd like to thank Hub Music at 457-4808, 457-0808. Again, baby boys and girls, this is the talent show. My name is Mac. We pray that you're enjoying yourself. Stay tuned because we got, I don't know how many singers we got, because I might get up there. They want me to sing, so I'll get up there and sing. God be with you and your spirit. We hope you're enjoying yourself. Thank you. Welcome to the talent show. My name is Mac. Who I have with us tonight is Jim DeThomas. Jim DeThomas, who is a karaoke player. And why don't you just say hi and talk about karaoke, where it originated from, and go right ahead.
Karaoke comes from a Japanese word, of course, which means empty orchestra. The Japanese have thought about doing this for a real long time. It started out about 15 years ago. It started out actually in restaurants where people would be eating, and a person would actually walk up to them with a microphone and say, "Would you like to sing a song?" And of course they would play the song, which would be without the lead vocal tracks, and that's right. And what they used to do basically is just sing along, and it was that easy. They made it very easy. The last 10 years they came up with a video system now where the words do actually come up on the screen. Before you had to kind of guess what the words were, or they would give you a piece of paper with all the words on it. Now actually we have laser technology, so now the words are able to come up on TV screen and monitors in clubs wherever we play. So the person can actually watch the words come up on the screen. Also, there's a little video involved too, so if they're a little bored while they're waiting for the song to start, there's a little video that plays in between, so it makes it very easy to do this.
And God knows, nobody would like to sing more after they're eating some dead fish and and seeing a Japanese guy come up to you. If that doesn't get you singing, singing and dancing, no. So that is, now you said MT what?
Empty orchestra, basically, yeah, which of course doesn't make any sense for the Japanese because we do supply the orchestration. What is missing, though, is the lead vocals to these songs. Now, there's a few things that we do for you. If you notice, this is a video disc machine over here. We can actually change the key of the song, so we can cheat. There's many ways we can cheat. First thing is, of course, is we can actually lower the key of the song that it is originally in. Now, for instance, if you're afraid that the song's going to be too high for you to sing, we just lower the key, and we can do that about 4 steps down or 4 steps up if you sing the song actually higher than the lead singer does.
So Jim, the message to Jim is step 4. And so now, okay, so I got to get my plugs in there, baby. Where am I, man? Always do. Am I over there? Where am I? Huh? Oh, am I over there? Oh, that light isn't on. We got to get that light. They're always jiving me around here. Anyway, Jimmy is awesome. You're going to hear, what you're going to hear tonight here is an incredible performer with some incredible performers. Now I'm over there. I'm here, I'm there. Now, now you said, who can do this?
Now, basically what happens is a lot of people think that this is for people that have been doing this for years, you know, for singers only. That's not the truth. Actually, this is for the amateur, the person that has never done this before, who would like to see what it's like to get up on stage and, of course, sing a song. Now, a lot of us are really, really scared to do this. That's why it goes over real well in bars, because usually most people have to have at least 3 or 4 drinks before they even get up the courage to do this. And we never really leave anybody up on stage. We do sing along with them if they need some help, so we make it very easy. Also, there's a few things we do for the voice, too. We can actually throw a little delay on the voice, make the voice sound larger than it actually is. And, of course, we always record everybody, so if you come up for the first time and sing a song, you get yourself recorded, you get a free cassette, you get to go home with it, practice with it, and come back, and before you know it, you're a star, and that's usually how it starts out.
And God knows, how many stars have been born from good old karaoke. And Jim, I've worked with you. You're also a mobile studio expert, and where do you see karaoke going in the future?
Well, I'll tell you now, there's one thing that's not going to go away because everybody likes to sing. I think everybody has a star inside of them just waiting to get out. And this is the best way to do it and best opportunity for most people because you can trust me on this. I do work in a recording studio and it costs a lot of money to go and get demo tapes. And tonight actually, we'll be showing you how easy it is to do this, and hopefully we'll see you at some of the shows.
Yeah, and again, hopefully we'll see you at some of the shows. And God knows, some of the people who are afraid to sing, after you hear them, you can understand why. You know what I mean? I asked a guy, would you sing solo? He said, sure. I said, solo, I couldn't hear you. Okay. I asked another guy, would you sing tenor? He said, sure. I said, 10 or 15 feet away. Okay, yeah. Okay, now you can read that. Where are you going to be?
All right, well, we're at Brack's Landing every Friday and Saturday night. That's in Howich on 28. Also, we're at a place called Oliver's, and Oliver's is located in Yarmouthport, and that's on 6A. Also, we'll be playing at the Cape Cod's Irish Pub, okay? And that, of course, is in Howich on 28. And that's in June.
And God knows, I could be in California by June, and chances are I will be. Okay, okay. So we're gonna start the show going. They got the lights on over there, and wow. And so this is Jim DeThomas, and you can be. And what's the phone number if somebody wanted to get? Because this is graduation time. This is a bar mitzvah time. This is wedding time. This is divorce time. Maybe somebody wants to celebrate a divorce. Who knows? God knows. You can bring that old song, the old divorce tune, When the Fat Lady Sings. Yeah. Oh, yeah, all my exes live in Texas. Yeah. Oh, God be with you. Anyway, where can we see you and hear you?
Well, like I said, you'll be seeing me and hearing me tonight, hopefully. Also, what I've done tonight is I brought a few friends with me. These are people that go to karaoke shows. Now, everybody here is not an expert, actually. These are people who just do this on their time off, come down and sing. And what we did was we chose a few people here, a select group, just to give you an idea of what this is all about.
And before this night's over, folks, you'll know what it's all about. My name is Mac, host of the talent show, and here with Jim DeThomas. stay tuned for an awesome show.
Lord, I was born a rambling man, trying to make a living and doing the best I can. When it's
Tony Renio.
I believe the children are our future. Teach working on out, you know you look so good. Look so good. Well, you know you got me going. You got me going like I knew you would. Do you want to shake it, baby now? Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, baby now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out. You know you twist little girl. Twist little girl. You know you twist so fine. Twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer now. Twist on closer. Know that you're mine. Know you're mine. Shake it, baby now. Shake it up, baby.
DJ's Pizza. I'd like to thank Hub Music. I'd like to thank God. We hope you all enjoy yourself. Again, if you want to get in touch with me, my number is 508-548-9488, 548-9488. Thank you. God love. God bless. And like our friend Jesse Jackson says, keep hope alive.
Well, take it, baby, now. Well, take it, baby, now.
Two cities, man, it's getting around in the place you roam. Get your time, we will fly. Got no.
I hope we find some motherfucking bitches soon, man. Nigga, I'm horny as a motherfucker, nigga. You know what I'm saying, nigga? I don't give a fuck neither, motherfucker. I hope we find some bitches, man.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm motherfucker. We need to find us some hoes up in this motherfucker, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, man, what the fuck is you slowing down for, nigga? Drive this motherfucker, fool. Bro, nigga.